Nick, I totally screwed up my opening, so good evening. It's January 5th.
Happy New Year's. Really excited. Made it another month in this vlog that we're here doing. We made it another year in our lives. Although, let's face it, this year's kind of an arbitrary measurement. But, it's cold, it's boring, and I'm waiting on somebody to show up. Some things never change. So, Nick, when I think of New Year's, I usually think of New Year's resolutions, new changes, turning over a new leaf, all the new stuff in the world. But today, I want to take an opportunity to reflect on what's old, what's gone, what's past. Because you don't have a new if you don't have an old. So, I would like to pay a little bit of homage to the old today. I mean, Nick, I was looking to do this in a place that's a little more metaphorically resonant, but, in this cold, dingy parking lot, I think that's good enough, because I want to reflect on all the people who didn't make it to this year. All the people who are past, or, well, I guess we're not going to avoid it. The people who are dead. They don't get a 2015 like we do. And, that's really unfortunate, and it makes me really sad. I mean, Nick, there are 7 billion humans currently experiencing 2015. And there are an even larger number of non-human species who are also experiencing 2015. Although, if you told them that they're experiencing 2015, they'd look at you like, meow? Or maybe not necessarily meow, but something. But there's so much life experiencing this year, but there's so much life that's already passed. So much life that had to take shape in order to get us to where we are. To allow us to enjoy the beauties that we share. They've sacrificed so much, and if they hadn't, the world wouldn't be what it is. So Nick, I'm not sure what or how much you know about the butterfly effect, but basically it accounts for as many variables as possible are necessary to calculate the exact outcome. It means, when you're always going to be a little bit off in imprecise calculations, because that's how imprecise we are. And just changing the variables by just a tiny bit gives you a completely different outcome. And so I'm thankful to everything that ever has existed, and that everyone will get to experience this 2015, because if they didn't exist in the way that they did, I probably wouldn't be here. And I like being here. It's kind of fun. Every person that's ever loved, every person that's ever lost. Everyone who's ever pursued a dream, and everyone who's ever given up. It had to happen that way, Nick. Every time somebody asks, man, what are the odds? All I can ever think are, clearly they were 100%. Because that was the way that it had to happen. Maybe up until that point there were chances of other things happening, but once the event has occurred, that is the way that it had to occur. It's set in stone once it's done. And so things happen on 100%. And some 100%s were good and great things, and some 100%s were bad. But the good always comes with the bad, and the bad always comes with the good. And they happened because they had to happen. For better or for worse. I have no idea what this year will bring, but I know the next 100% will be that I see you on Wednesday.